What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Madonna. We're going to listen to a non-album track taken, I believe, from the Immaculate Collection. As far as I understand, a greatest hits compilation from the early 90s. Given that we just finished the proper album Like a Prayer, that would make sense. I think Izzy, maybe one or two others, were asking about some other tracks before we get to the next proper album. I await a comment from Mark. I know he laid things out, but again, there's some tracks outside of the folders, including the one we're going to listen to, Justify My Love, as well as, again, a number of folders now going forward. So, again, I'll await a comment from him, and again, anything that I can go through that fits with the time frame we're going through right now, I'd be happy to do. Either way, we are going to listen to Justify My Love. This is one I know. I don't know it super well. As I sit here, I can recall it has this very sensual sort of nighttime type of feel. If I remember correctly, this is the video where it's black and white and it's very racy. I think MTV maybe only played it during certain hours. I'm trying to remember. But either way, I am aware of this track on some level, even if it's not one that say something like Material Girl, where going into that I had heard it enough times that I had a real sense of what it was. So my memory is that this is sultry and it's very seductive and sexy sounding, but I don't really remember the essence of the phrase. How perhaps a physical relationship can justify the emotional love you're feeling. I can conceive of ways in which the phrase might make sense in relation to physical intimate relations, but I don't remember anything beyond the sound of the title phrase, which I can hear from memory. So in any case, let's listen. This is Madonna. The track is Justify My Love, and it's included in, I believe, the Immaculate Collection, which is a greatest hits compilation. Yeah. That's sort of the atmospheric synth I was thinking of. Gives me a bit like Save a Prayer vibes.
I wanna kiss you in Paris.
It's highly specific.
I wanna hold your hand in Rome.
I wanna buy you a bagel in Budapest?
In a rainstorm. Make love in a train. Cross country. You put this on me. So now what? So now what? Wanting. Needing. Waiting for you to justify my love, hoping, praying for you to justify my love.
I do like the bass groove too. They would be red-headed, I think.
Needing, waiting for you to justify my love.
I like the echo.
Yearning, burning for you to justify my love.
It is what I remembered sonically, but even more so.
What are you gonna do? Talk to me.
And with bigger bass in the background.
Tell me your dreams. Am I in them? Tell me your fears. Are you scared? Tell me your stories. I'm not afraid of who you are. We can fly. Poor is the man whose pleasures depend on the permission of another. Love me. That's right. Love me. I wanna be your baby. Yeah. Wanting. Needing. Waiting. For you to justify my love. I'm open and ready for you to justify my love. To justify my love. Wanting to justify. Waiting to justify my love. Praying to justify.
Praying. This is an era like a
To
prayer.
justify my love, I'm open to justify my love.
And again, religious mixed with sensual does seem to be a staple at this point, at least of her career, and perhaps, you know, going into the future. So yeah, it's the tune I remember, but even more sultry and seductive and sexy, even more overt in that regard. And there are times where, like, there's a couple lines there where, like, if I'm listening to another artist, another group, I'd say, like, you know, there's a funny way to interpret that line. But I feel like some of them here are, like, deliberate double entendres. They're deliberate, like, there's a sensual, sexual way you can think of it, and then there's an emotional, like, psychological way you can think of it. And I think, again, in the couple cases where that, you know, raised an eyebrow or so on, I do think it's genuinely meant to be that either or perhaps both. But yeah, very sultry, very seductive. And yeah, I still, like, I question, is it essentially like she's saying, you know, that he has not yet been physical, and therefore, like, she's putting a lot into it, but she feels like her love hasn't been justified yet. It hasn't been, you know, it hasn't gotten to that intimacy that feels like a manifestation of all the emotion going on. And she's offering active entreaties, you know, kiss me, hold me, do these things that would be indicative of our passion. So yeah, like, that's what it sounds like, but again, I'm not certain, because there's, you know, a couple lines here and there where it's, you know, I feel like there was some ambiguity as I was hearing it on a first time, but that's generally speaking what it felt like, that she's trying to get someone to make physical the feelings that at least she has. I suppose, you know, it's ambiguous, or at least based on what I heard, whether the other person is feeling the same, or whether part of the issue is that, you know, there's a hesitance, if not reluctance. But yeah, ultimately, an iconic song, one that I certainly remember, again, from the video, because again, I wasn't really following Madonna, but I remembered hearing some of her songs from my youth, and by this point, I guess we're talking my early double-digit years. But I remember there being some controversy about the video. Again, I think what I recall is that MTV was like, we're only going to play this from like 11 p.m. or midnight later, you know, until the early hours of the morning, so that the kiddies can't watch it. So, yeah, that's my recollection, is that already by this point it was like, is she too controversial to even, you know, be on MTV despite how popular she is, and so on. So yeah, bottom line, shout out to Mark. As I said, if I did this out of order, which, again, the visual of the folder is that there were a couple loose tracks, and it seemed like I was supposed to do those because they included the two remixes from Like a Prayer, and then there's, again, I think one more after this, and then there's some folders. So just let me know what I'm supposed to do, and I will do that. Sometimes I get lost and trying to figure it out, and it does actually help when people are like, well, my recommendation or the best way to go through it would be do this one next, and then it just saves the Shnootz fretting time. In any case, Luca does not fret. She does not care. She simply sleeps and is contented. So we will be here next time with whatever the appropriate Madonna reaction is. Do let me know what you think of this tune. Again, it feels like it very much accomplishes what it sets out to do, and I understand why some people would hear this and like, wow, that's pretty, that's a racy track. So yeah, shout out to people who push the boundaries and sort of express what they're feeling, even if it's not always taken as appropriate, because some of the most famous names in history of the musical world didn't just follow what people had done before, but tried to do something new and different. So in any case, I'll stop rambling. Do let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.